figured out today. One is that even though I'm a pastor, I'm probably the least gifted speaker to stand behind this microphone today. Boy, you all do my job. I'm done. Thank you very much. The second thing is, given a month or two, I think it would have been proven that my genealogical roots probably were related to yours as well. It might have been through the eyes now. I'm just saying. So we have a lot of people talking about genealogical research and some of that, and I guess I was going to tell you why I was here. I never met Booker, and it's the uniform. That's my tie to an early part of his life, something that was very important to him. And so because it was so important to him, they said, hey, well, can we get a military chaplain? Yeah. Now, I don't know if you all know this, but there's actually 2 chaplains assigned to the Merchant Marine. They are at the Merchant Marine Academy. I don't even know where the Merchant Marine Academy is. But they're 2 Navy guys. Now, I'm wearing a Coast Guard uniform, but the Coast Guard only has 40 chaplains. So they don't have enough to create their own chaplain corps. I'm in the Navy. And so I call it rent-a-chap. The Coast Guard pays the Navy, and then 40 of us get to work with the Coast Guard for 2 or 3 years. Same with the Merchant Marines. Those 2 guys are Navy chaplains. So we're connected because we're in the sea services. That's why the Navy shares their chaplains with the Coast Guard. We're brothers in the sea services. And so that's the connection. So thank you for inviting me. As I sit here, I didn't know Booker, but I know if I walked in, I'd have been failing too. That's how I feel. Just listening to you guys, and when I walked in the room, it was like, oh my goodness, I could sit here forever and listen, but I'd be a part of everyone else. And that's a representation of his life and what he does with you guys. And so that's wonderful. So I'm going to keep it brief. I know we've been here, so I'll just keep it brief. I am currently serving Deputy Chaplain of the Coast Guard. I'm over at the new Coast Guard headquarters building. I didn't know Booker, but I would just say, I wish I did. Because after reading some of the information Shaw gave me and listening, I said, that's the man I want to see. I would. And I know if you do it, you got quite a pleasure. So we've talked about him starting in 1924. He was born, and so now this may be obvious to you, but I wasn't sure, so I had to do a little research because Booker T, as he was referred to a couple times, Booker T. Brooks. Okay, was he named after Booker T. Washington? And of course he was, because once I saw the middle name of Talifero, I said, well, that wasn't a mistake. You don't get Talifero, by accident. So that was obviously who he was named after. And now this may be obvious to you. I just find a little bit of entertainment in it that Booker T. moved to Washington. It stuck out to me. Right. Maybe that was a little obvious, but Booker T. in Washington. This is where he grew up, and he was working at the post office. This is the part that I haven't heard, so I'll just share it. The family shared it with me. He was working nights at the post office, sorting mail, and somewhere along the way, one of his co-workers saw an envelope addressed to him, and it was the draft note. Because the war was going on at this time. Now, I'll add in here, I think this is the way of probably when he didn't open it, it sounded like, that he saw it and said, I can choose where I want to go, or I can let them choose it for me. Does that sound all right? And he had seen this advertising sign for the Merchant Marine, and he recalled it, brought to his recollection. He said, oh, I thought, and it had a black guy on it. And he said, Merchant Marine, they must be integrated. That's my service. So he went and signed up. Was it the next day? Yeah, very soon. I don't know if he ever opened the letter, but he went and signed up and volunteered for the Merchant Marine. So he was graduated up there in Connecticut, and they labeled him ABS, able-bodied seaman. So as an ABS, he came down to Baltimore and for his orders, to be put on a ship. And as he and the recruiting folks must have worked good because there was other black guys there. But the problem was they noticed they were all ABS, able-bodied seamen, but they were all sitting there, and people kept putting on ships in front of them. They kept getting assigned to ships, and they were still sitting there. Well, you know what? There's something similar with all of us, and we're not getting assignments. So they got together and wrote a letter They said this was one of the early times and first times that he fought for integration on his own. But they wrote a letter to the president, probably was Roosevelt at the time, and someone read it. They said someone must have read it because it wasn't very long after that they got assignment. His first assignment, he wanted the ship and they brought him down to the kitchen. They said, "This is where you're going to work." And he said, No. Yeah, I got to see. I got to see what's going on. I got to be. And so they put him topside. He got a job up at the helm, 8 on, 8 off, 24 hours a day. That's what he did. He didn't want to be down there in the kitchen. He seems like a guy that says, "I'm going to do what I want to do." I know what you're all saying I'm going to do, but I'm going to do what I want to do, and he made it happen. It sounded like his whole life. He made that happen. He stood up for himself. He stood up for others. And just a man that I would have wanted to know. Let's see. I think that is about. Oh, there was one other story. He liked to read. So it sounded. Now I'll just ask y'all. He was a student of education, student of knowledge. Standing up for others, standing up for what was right. That being the man, he used to read a lot. I think he'd be out in the ship, and the other sailors would see him reading, and they would tease him. Now I don't know if they were teasing him because he was smarter than he should be, or thought he was smarter than he should be, or thought he was smarter than his colored skin should have been. Whatever it was, they used to give him a bad time. But he was a reader, and he kept on, and that was his life. That's who he was. He was a studier. He was a researcher. He sounds like he thirsted for knowledge, and I know we would have been related somewhere along the way if he just had time to read. And so, what I would say to y'all is he did this genealogical research, which I heard all about today. And I'm on my own family journey too, so maybe I find his home for me. But he's on this genealogical research, looking back at the past. Where did I come from? Where did we come from? You all are the where we go. The book isn't closed. You know, there's history written down out of books and out of records and all that stuff that we find that's recorded and written down. But you're still writing the rest of the story. You know, Paul Harvey. No, for the rest of the story. We're in. And so he made an impact on all of you, and that is obvious. And I would just say, he lives on. The story is finished, and you guys get to finish right here. A moment of silence, silent meditation, silent reflection.